ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
So I also mentioned the op-ed from Tiffany Hamilton, which was in News One. We are not our ancestors. You're right. You're a punk. I love that framing because Dr. Carr talks about that all the time. You know, we walk around, people even have T-shirts. I'm not my ancestors, meaning I'll put my hands on you if you do something. But I'm starting to see now why that nonviolent methodology worked. I'm starting to see why the freedom rides and the lunch counter sit-ins were so effective, because in the face of this pure hatred, ignorant, knuckle-dragging, obtuse way of thinking, and it hasn't gone anywhere. In the face of this, you're fighting back. What does it do? So Sterling K. Brown, he shared a story of his son during a roundtable discussion for season 2 of Paradise, which I love, by the way. Season 2 just wrapped up. He's doing some press on Hulu, Paradise on Hulu. If you haven't seen season 1, check it out. His son was called the N-word. So he was, People Magazine reported this. He said, my 14-year-old was in a soccer game where a young boy spat on him. And he saw the spit, and he walks up to the ref and he goes, "Ref, this dude just spat on me." And the ref was like, "I didn't see it, so I can't do anything about it." Then afterwards, the young man came up to him and called him the N-word and just kind of kept it going. And my son didn't tell me until after the game. And I was like, yo, man, how come we didn't beat his ass? This is Sterling K. Brown talking to his 14-year-old. And he was like, because that would not have solved anything. He already did what he was going to do. The ref didn't respond to it or whatnot. So I didn't want to make you any more upset, which is why I didn't tell you until after the game. So Sterling K. Brown says, so he's a more evolved person than me. I would have beat his ass. And I feel that way too. And I'm sure some of you would have beat his ass and wanted to beat his ass. But at the end of the day, you think about, had his son, I think about Carmelo Anthony, the young man, not the basketball player, who was being bullied and just, mistreated and responded. And he's now facing the loss of his freedom. A kid that wasn't a quote unquote thug but just fed up and responded and took someone's life. And I'm sure maybe if he had to do that over again, he might have done something different. And it's easy to say, people, and let me say, I'm not completely sold on how Sterling K. Brown's son handled it, but I know intellectually and spiritually he did the right thing. And maybe I'm not emotionally mature enough or evolved enough to react to something like that the way his son did. But it also speaks to the way Sterling K. Brown and Ryan Michelle Bath have raised their sons. They have 2, Amari and Andrew. And Sterling said, I look at my children and my children have never been in a fight, but this reaction speaks to character. And I'm Karen Hunter, starting to understand, while I could debate the veracity and the viability of the nonviolent movement of King and others, Nella Baker, and the strategy behind it, because it was strategy. While they were out there marching and protesting peacefully, there were people also on the sidelines with guns. We've talked about that many times in class with Carr. We refused. Kelly Carter Jackson talks about it in her book. We were never without protection, even in those times when we were purporting nonviolence. At the same time, what does resistance look like today? And it can't be reactionary because that's emotional. What's the strategy? What's the plan for resistance? And Nation of Islam had a plan that I think was very effective. Okay, shout out to the Fruit of Islam. Anybody that's part of it, you know what I'm talking about. It was very effective. What's the plan? What's the strategy for resistance today? No, we're not our ancestors because they were prepared. We are not. So as Texas, the state legislators there, Democrats came back into session, they're going to gerrymander that state out of having any representation. People who have had their seats will no longer have their seats. They're going to be it's going to be what they want it to be. What's the reaction? We shouldn't have a reaction. We should have a plan. We should have a strategy. Yes, it would be nice if Gavin Newsom isn't just barking. Like to see him do it. Do it. As Glenn Close would say in that movie with Monique and them. I won't repeat her, but just do it, okay? And the other Democratic states, Illinois and others, that let's stop talking. They want to do this with their full chest, you do it. I believe that there are more good people than there are not. Solid majority time to speak up.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will